Well, I have a very important question to ask you. What in the world are superfoods?
Sure. Well, superfoods are foods that are more nutrient dense than other foods. And today we live in a world where a lot of us are nutrient deficient. We get plenty of calories, not near enough nutrients. And so one of the famous sayings around the U.S. right now is that we are overfed, but we're undernourished. And so superfoods are foods that sort of stand out of the ordinary. They're higher in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and really going to give your body some extras in terms of getting your body the nutrients you really need.
So it's not just what like Captain America eats. What are these superfoods?
Sure. Well, as I was saying, superfoods are foods that are very nutrient dense, and those tend to be certain types of herbs, wild berries, vegetables, and just foods that have more nutrients than others in their category. So, for instance, I say kale is one of the kings of the vegetable kingdom, and we know that kale actually has more nutrients than spinach, has more than broccoli, has more than cabbage. And so kale would be one of those vegetables I would consider being a superfood because it's more nutrient dense than any type of vegetable. Similar thing in the fruit category. Blueberries are incredible. They're packed with antioxidants, one of the most antioxidant-rich foods in the world. So because of that, I would consider blueberries one of those superfoods as well.
That's awesome. You know, kale, you often see just the lining under a meat tray.
As the garnish.
Who knew?
Right.
It's a superfood.
You can actually
eat that
eat
superfood. That's wonderful. Well, you talk about a shake. Can you tell us, you know, what's so super about the shake that you have?
Sure. Well, one of the things in working with thousands of patients around the country, I had somebody ask me once, if I could only do one thing, what would that one thing be? And I would say, just change your breakfast. If you think about this, if you just change and improve your breakfast, you're changing 1/3 of your diet. So I think a lot of times people hear, you got to eat healthier, you got to change your diet, and they can start to feel overwhelmed. Like they have to change everything and pull everything out. The truth of the matter is, if people just change their breakfast and start doing a superfood smoothie every morning, they can radically change their diet. And a superfood smoothie is actually a very simple recipe that tastes amazing. I recommend taking 1/4 cup of coconut milk. And we know coconuts are packed with healthy fat that your body can burn for energy. So 1/4 cup of coconut milk, and you can pick up a can of coconut milk or a carton at any grocery store today. Also berries. 1 cup of blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries, frozen berries there, putting that in a smoothie. And then I put in some grass-fed whey protein, some good quality protein in there as well. Okay. And then I'll also maybe sprinkle in a little bit of cinnamon in there in that superfood smoothie. And sometimes I sneak in a handful of spinach or kale there for breakfast. And so pretty much it's a berry smoothie. Main ingredients are coconut milk, berries, some organic protein powder, blend it up. And the great thing is, it takes very little time, just a few minutes. Really, it takes about a minute to make that breakfast in the morning. You can take it on the go. But if people can start doing that superfood smoothie for breakfast, one other ingredient I love to sneak in sometimes is a tablespoon of flax seeds or chia seeds to increase your fiber intake. Keeps you feeling fuller longer, keeps your energy up, helps with weight loss because of the fibers. It's also great for detoxification. So that superfood smoothie is one of my favorite recipes.
That is amazing. So it keeps our morning quick, but yet very healthy. And I know, can you talk about, you know, the significance of why a shake? You know, how does that help us, that it's already...
Sure. One of the great things about doing a smoothie or a protein shake for breakfast is that it's very easy to digest if you're using natural ingredients. So as I mentioned, when you're buying protein powder, grass-fed, organic whey protein powder, and then fruit, as we've talked about, in coconut milk. But when you blend things and turn them into a smoothie, again, really easy on your digestive tract in the morning. It's easy for your body to convert into energy. So that's why that's such a great thing, is again, easy to digest, plus those nutrient-packed superfoods.
That is wonderful. If you didn't get that recipe, we will have Dr. Josh's link on ctvn.org so that you can tap in and start drinking these healthy shakes. Well, I wanted to ask you, you talk about grass-fed, you know, the importance of grass-fed, whether it's in meats or your whey protein, you know, being grass-fed. What is that?
Well, grass-fed, I kind of give it this sort of take, is that we've all heard the principle, you are what you eat. Well, also, you are what you eat, what they ate. in certain instances. And so when cows are fed grains and corn, their body becomes full of omega-6 fats. And so that meat is inflammatory and causes heart disease, cancer, and weight gain. But if cows are fed grasses like God intended them to eat, we know that their tissues are full of omega-3 fatty acids, and omega-3 fats reduce inflammation and help the body heal naturally. And so always buy grass-fed meat whenever you're buying it. So same thing, grass-fed whey protein powder. You want those animals to be eating fed grasses. That way the meat you're eating is anti-inflammatory, which allows your body to heal.
That is wonderful. Okay, one more question
Sure.
I have. So you talk about kefir, you know, not so much yogurt. So I was wondering what's more healthy with kefir than yogurt?
Sure, well, kefir and yogurt are both fermented dairy products that are loaded with probiotics, and probiotics help boost the immunity. It's so important, especially in the winter months. They can help you kick a cold faster or prevent the cold and flu. They support detoxification. So we really need probiotics in our diet, and we need some probiotic superfoods. Now, both yogurt and kefir are great. The problem is most store-bought yogurts today have added sugar. They come from conventional processed dairy products.
All kinds of color, too.
Yeah, they've got hormones, steroids, colorings. And so what you want to do instead, typically shopping at your local farmer's market or even a health food store and getting a good quality kefir is even higher in probiotics than yogurt. But both of those foods are fantastic probiotic-rich superfoods.
All right, excellent. And one comment you made in the anti-aging section of your book, which is also available through his website. So please go to ctvn.org and check out Dr. Axe's website, but it's Superfoods for you. But you make this comment, if man made it, don't eat it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so many of the things that God's created, we've taken and really turned toxic. And so if you want to consume these natural superfoods, follow a biblically based diet. And if people want to check it out, they can find my book, Superfoods Super You, on my website. That's draxe.com.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hey, thanks, Amanda.
You're
Thanks
keeping
for
us
having
well
me.
educated. God bless you.